Hey everybody, METALGAMERGEEK here. Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Tales of the Neon Sea. Alright, continue our game. So we were chasing William to an alley? Yeah, here we go. So it doesn't pick up exactly where you left off. Do we have anything new to talk about? I know every piece of gossip in this neighborhood. Okay. The guy with the kite. Then I'm gonna find the girl with the beer person. Beer's delicious. It's my treat. Kung Pao chicken looks good. Yeah, Kung Pao chicken is so good. I need to go down the street. Okay, I won't then. It looks like William wants me to go into the alley with him. I'll go there. Flower Alley. William, is this your girlfriend? Judging from her fur, she seems to be a rare breed. Good choice, William. Meow meow. Elizabeth. Did you understand what I said? Wait, is that blood on you? Let me see where you're hurt. Weird, I don't see any wounds. What about this cat? Temporary shed for street cats. The cat's been staring at the pile of rubbish with a very sad look. Oh no, there's a body. Oh wow. Shit, a dead body. Been dead for a while now. Wait, I know this woman. It's Mrs. Perry. She's the landlord at Safra Apartments. I need to call the police immediately. Hello, I'm calling from the Safra Apartments. There's a body lying in the trash alley. Please send someone quickly. Okay, yes, thank you. There must still be some evidence here since not many people come this way. I'd better look around before the police arrive. You've entered a crime scene. Carefully investigate every detail as it could be a key clue to solving the case. Switch to investigation view to find more traces at the scene. When you find all the traces, they'll be combined into important clues to help you build the final conclusion. Alright, so... gash, wait, what did it say? Gash possibly formed when hit by something blunt. Post-mortem abrasions on the left elbow formed after rigor mortis. On the heel. Anything else? Small amount of oxidized blood on the thing. He's missing a shoe. No. What's this? Oh. Strangely shaped wound. Skin on the neck exhibits nickel allergy. Left hand middle finger displays a ring mark. Liver mortis on the arm disappears when pressure is applied. On the leg disappears when pressure... oh, combine. Strange wound caused by impact with something blunt, most likely the cause of death. Traces of jewelry worn on the neck and left finger. Signs of rigor mortis are different from the other areas, so the theft probably happened 4 to 5 hours after death. Scratches on the elbow and heel, and they seem to have formed after death. The corpse was moved at the time of the theft. There's still another clue to find. Liver mortis on the face disappears. Arm, leg. Indicates time of death is probably more than 24 hours ago. So we're still searching for something else. Because our thing is not filled up here. Where did that happen? There's nothing left to view with this view, right? Investigation view. Slipper, the other one's missing. Yeah. Dislocation of the wrist with signs of fracture possibly caused by falling down or a strong collision after death. First stage autopsy analysis. It's estimated that the death occurred more than 20 hours ago. The corpse suffered a fierce collision 4 hours after death and was dragged here. Theft of jewelry also happened around this time. Every clue you find on the case is just like a gear in a watch. You have found every clue. Once you found every clue and correctly combine them, the gears will mesh and you'll discover the truth. When you've collected enough gears, deduce the meaning of them here. Only when all clues are placed in the correct spots can you solve the case. Is that the right spot? I don't know. That don't seem right, but I don't know. So we gotta find more clues about this lady's death. Some marks extend all the way from the corpse to under the dumpster. We can move it to find out more. So let's move the dumpster. There are traces of dragging on the ground, surrounded by footmarks. Judging from the footmarks, the person was thin in stature. Indications of dragging along the ground near the corpse. Also, some footprints indicates the corpse was moved. Continue in this direction. I should follow them. Oh. Dragging starts from here with more traces nearby, and these footprints all seem to belong to the same person. Hung around for a long time. Walks you all the way to this dumpster. Hey there, little fatty. Time to wake up. Zzz, meow. He's sleeping too soundly. I need something to distract him. Whatever could we distract him with? Favorite food of cats. Oof, this one smells funky. Hey, you. Take some cat food. Look at that. Look at that smelly cat food. Yum, yum, yum. There's a new dent on the steel lid, which must have been caused by a heavy object falling onto it. She was thrown out of a window. Investigation is almost complete. Let's see if we can reconstruct this case. Okay, so now we have... That don't seem right. Reset the gears. You're not there. If I move you there. Oh, so this guy doesn't fit here at all. You? No, let's try this, into this, into this. to this. Oh, I see. We have to connect you to here. Okay. Now I get it. About 9 p.m. yesterday, Mrs. Perry fell straight onto the dumpster from above, leaving this dent on the lid 4 hours after she died. Not long after, a thief appeared and skulked around the corpse for quite some time. He or she hesitated, but yeah, after that the corpse was dragged from here to a trash pile covered with garbage bags. The thief did not clean up traces and the marks that were left behind. So they fell here. They dragged them to this one. Judging from the time of death and the time of the theft, as well as the thief's behavior at the crime scene, the thief is unlikely to be the murderer. That person was possibly attracted here by the sound of the fall. The thief committed theft on impulse after seeing the valuables on the deceased. The deceased fell down from her own apartment. I might be able to find out why Mrs. Perry was killed if I investigate the Sephora apartments. Have they finally arrived? Royd, what are you doing here? I thought you'd be putting your feet up on that new lieutenant's desk of yours. Huh, and I never would have guessed that you would be the one to report the crime. It's been a while. Well, since you're already here, a big shot with some time on his hands like you would have figured out who committed the murder by now. Care to enlighten me? Tell him all the things. So the crime scene is under control. What are your instructions? Carl, come over here. I'd like you to meet the famous Rex. He was on the force too. Where have I heard that name before? Oh yeah, you're regarded as some kind of hero around the station, although personally I'm not impressed by what I read in history books. Carl, it's okay, Royd. Don't mind him, Rex. Just tell us what you found. Well, first off, I actually know the deceased. She used to be a friendly face in the neighborhood before her husband died. But as for tonight, this is what I believe happened. So I think our next course of action should be to investigate Mrs. Perry's home and the Sephora apartments. Apologize in advance if you feel offended, but I think your reasoning is based on unreliable assumptions. I believe the right thing to do is follow the actual clues, like the stolen jewelry. I'm not interested in your big-time detective nonsense. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to go back to the crime scene. Coral! His temper gives me a headache sometimes. Rex, shall we find that apartment now? Alright, we have new stuff. Okay, let's read things. Character files. Mrs. Perry, gender, female, human, 72, unemployed. The landlord of the Sephora apartments. Wow, I've been saying Safra, haven't I? Sephora Apartments, an old-fashioned apartment building with comfortable rooms and reasonable rent. She always feeds the street cats, resulting in a rise of cat activity in the neighborhood. She sometimes feels bad for her neighbors because of this. So she was just a nice old lady. Royd, male, 40, police officer. Rex's chief back when he was on the force. He's a good man, but has trouble getting promotions due to his distaste for kissing the butt of his superiors. I like Royd. Case. Pattern files. Okay, the deceased person, Mrs. Perry, human, female, 155 centimeters high, more than 70 years old, widowed, unemployed, owner of the Sephora apartments, well off, feeding cats as a habit, body condition, late rigor mortis period after death, trauma on the face, earlobes, and wrists, bludgeoning to the head was decided to be the fatal wound. Crime scene situation, a 70 centimeter long, 35 centimeter at the widest part, rubbing strip mark on the ground. Filth and lichen was seen to have destroyed the ground sedimentation. A small amount of blood can be seen on the rubbing mark. And there's no mark of wheels or similar vehicular transport. Initial result, time of death is 26 hours ago. Result of death is insufficient blood supply to the brain. As there is no clue indicating the back alley to the murder crime scene, it is assumed the body was dumped here after death. Deceased is wearing pajamas, so it's quite likely that she'd been killed at home. Suggest this deceased room to be investigated. From analyzing rigor mortis markings, someone must have taken the jewelry from the dead, comparing separate rigor mortis areas. The jewelry had been stolen 7 to 10 hours after she was killed. There was a lot of footprints around the trash pile. The footprint indicates the owner to be male, about 165 centimeters tall, humped, leaning to the left slightly, 45 to 50 years old, 35 to 45 kilograms of weight. He had stolen at least 3 pieces of jewelry and is very likely to be selling them soon. It suggested the police search and monitor the black market nearby. All that from some marks on the ground. Alright, so how do we get up there? Little kid. Hey, Elizabeth, why are you here? What's that on you? Are the street cats bullying you? Poor Elizabeth. This child knows the white cat. Maybe she could tell us something. Are you the lollipop girl? Hey, little friend, what's your name? Hello, sir. My name is Alice. Do you know this cat? Of course I know her. She's the prettiest cat of them all, and Mrs. Perry simply adores her. Meow meow. Do you know which apartment Miss Perry lives in? I need to visit her. Yeah, I do. She lives in number 303, right under my place. Right under your place. Let's leave the rest to Carl and check out the victim's home. Are you ready to go upstairs? Yeah, let's go. Sephora apartment 1F, Thursday afternoon. What's all this? This is the mailbox. Mrs. Perry must be one of his supporters because this poster is in pristine condition. So this is the other mayoral candidate. The mayoral candidate, a brief introduction to Sholokov. The Sholokov family has been manipulating the national economy in secret for many years before becoming publicly active while planning the construction of Sky City. As the project's main backer, the Sholokov family provided a large amount of financial and material support to the government, which made it possible to complete the unbelievable Sky City in a surprisingly short time. As a spokesperson of the family, Alex Sholokov spent his days in the upper-class society investing in rising enterprises and supporting several entrepreneurs. He has established an incomparable reputation in the city. More than 70% of the population favor him in the election, so he has a good chance of becoming the next mayor. But he manipulated and did terrible things. Nothing else here to go investigate. Not interested in the storage room. Alright, so we have to go to 303, which I'm assuming is floor 3, room 3. Mrs. Perry lives on the 3rd floor. Can you hit the button? Oh. That blood? I suddenly feel a chill down my spine. I gotta check this out later. The 4 apartments, 301, 302. Officer, I didn't do anything wrong, did I? Relax, we just gotta ask some questions. What'd you do yesterday? Hear anything unusual while you were home? I slept all day. I heard the sounds of cats and children when I woke up this afternoon. I thought Mrs. Perry had some children over at her place, so I didn't pay too much attention to it. Relax, we just gotta ask some questions. What is your relationship to her? Mrs. Perry was a loner. She didn't talk much to other people. She took care of the street cats, though, and gave them food. The people from the steakhouse in the alley wanted to discuss the matter of the street cats with her, but Mrs. Perry didn't want to talk to them. Thanks, we have all the information we need. Sorry for taking up your time. So let's go to this number 1, 301. Knock, knock. Oh, hello. What happened? I need to ask you some questions. Hear anything unusual between 12 p.m. and 11 p.m. yesterday? We went shopping after having lunch and didn't return till 10 p.m. We don't know what happened. That's right. I saw a robot in front of apartment 303 when I left home yesterday. I don't know what it was here for. Gotta ask you some questions. So, a robot. How was your relationship with Mrs. Perry? Did she have any friends or enemies? Well, other than some unpleasantness with the steakhouse at the entrance of the alley regarding street cats, Mrs. Perry got along with most people. She loved entertaining children at her place, and the children loved her. Alright, she also hated robots. So if she hated robots, and a robot came to her apartment... This must be Mrs. Perry's place. I call a professional to unlock the door. Don't bother, let me do it. Oh, This type of lock design can withstand electronic tampering and forced entry. The only way to unlock it is to guide the signal to the target by moving the discs. So this has to connect to here. Has to end on that, so I have to get you back in there. Put you in there. I'm just playing piggy back and forth with this, so it has to go into here. What do you connect to? You connect to this piece, which connects to here, to this piece, to this piece, which connects to this, which connects to the wiggle. That doesn't help me. I have to eventually connect it to this piece. To this guy, so then we can connect you I'm thinking I have to eventually connect it to one of these pieces out here. Yeah, so that we get a fresh start. Anything connect to the piece on the outside? Yeah, that guy right there. Okay. Now we have this. Don't connect to anything, do you? No, you do. Should have just called a pro, dude. Although I remember this connecting to something over here. Yeah, it was that guy. How do we connect it to this piece? That way. Okay. So you have to get connected to this, which connects to this piece. We had it, kind of, and I messed it up. Yeah, that would have been it. And then the middle piece would rotate. And we'd be done by now. we get that in there before? Oh man, there we go. You. Then we have to get the double pipe you. Rotate that. Then we go up. And we're done. Yeah, that was totally easy. Easy peasy. This half mechanical, half electronic lock can go to the museum now. Totally one-shot that thing. Lots of Katniss. What? Roy, stay where you are and put your hands... Oh, stay where you are and put your hands in the air. I've got you covered, Rex. Move up and check it out. Just like the good old days. Royd? Oh, it was more of a investigate the robot thing than a everything else. You're a butler! Clean and tidy servant uniform. Brand new shoes. Soft artificial fingers. Judging from his clothes, this robot is an indoor servant worker who paid attention to manners and details. The crest indicates that he was working for a specific family. That's interesting. Hair belonging to the deceased is visible on the hands. Investigation mode. Investigation that it has shut down the eye. Or status code indicates it's shut down. Okay. Dried blood stains. Souls were stained with Mrs. Perry's blood and was tracked all the way to the sofa. The hair and blood are confirmed to be Mrs. Perry, so he's highly likely to be involved. Blood and hair has been detected on the robot, so he was involved in some way, but he broke down here for no obvious reason. Relax, Royd, he's in hibernation mode. That thing scared the hell out of me. I almost shot it. Wait, what's that on the couch? Blood. Rex, take a look at this. You say blood? There's also blood on the hands of and feet of this robot. Robots are unable to harm humans, so what's with all the blood? Let's check out the couch. First, let me check out my case file. A butler robot of the Caroline family saved by Kathy Caroline during the pure blood baptism. At the end of the 21st century, he joined the Caroline family to become Kathy Caroline's personal steward. He was responsible for the recruitment and training of other servants, and he was regarded as a model butler among the royal families. After Kathy's oldest granddaughter was born, he took up the responsibility of taking care of her daily life. Robot 2A03C152. I wonder if that's hex for anything. There are dried bloodstains on the front and back of the couch. These bloodstains appear to be an attempt to clean up blood spatter. This is Mrs. Perry's blood, and it looks like a full 24 hours since the blood dried up. It's likely that Mrs. Perry was killed about 12 o'clock yesterday. Also, judging from the trajectory of the blood splash, it was an upward strike with the swing starting at a low angle. Let's assume this is the primary crime scene. I'll organize all the information we have so far. Meanwhile, let me know if you find something else. The bloodstain on the couch appeared at 12 p.m. yesterday, which is the time of Mrs. Perry's death. The attack was launched from a position lower than Mrs. Perry's height. How many gears we got? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's a lot of gears, sir. Neither one of them fit the bill. Looks like Mrs. Perry had a visitor before she died. Let's see what other information we can find. There are fingerprints and lip marks from Mrs. Perry on one of the cups, and the other cup has marks left by a child? Tell me the little girl who had the cat did this. Tea was made yesterday from the look of the tea leaf leftovers. Mrs. Perry had a little guess before she died. Intricate patterns carved on the bottom of the stand, similar to the shape of Mrs. Perry's wound. Could be another matching candlestick. Where'd that one go? Complete what? Candle. Mrs. Perry's fingerprints. Fingerprints are located on the candlestick. From the look of the candle, it's only been used for a short time. Should be matching a matching candlestick, but this is most likely the murder weapon. The pattern on the bottom of the candlestick is similar to the shape of the fatal wound. There's no trace of blood there. The murder weapon must be another matching candlestick. It's not here at the crime scene, so we can't confirm that right now. We're pretty much done here. Contact Royd and examine the next room. Oh. How many more pieces do we need? There's a lot of pieces here. Mrs. Perry's diary. There might be some clues inside, and should be somewhere in the key. Should be somewhere in the house. He should be somewhere in the house. The key should be somewhere in the house. The missing candlestand must be the lethal weapon. Looks like the murderer has taken it. Also finish examining the room before going any further. I mean, what else is there to examine? Oh yeah, you. You're right, we're done here. Check the next room. You can continue with the rest of the investigation. Carl told me they call it a suspect, so I better take a look. A suspect? Sure. I'll come over when I finish here. Alright, we gotta find the key to this diary. Nothing to check out here. A moose cake is left untouched for seemingly more than 24 hours. That's a shame. There's something peculiar about this set of cat paintings. There seem to be some hidden switches in them. Oh. One. Maybe. Oh, 5, 1? No. 5, this one, this one? Oh. Mrs. Perry's gift for Jenny's birthday, beautifully wrapped. A special bronze key. It's in the fridge. Mrs. Perry's schedule. This could hold some important clues. There must be something in the apartment that relates to the passcode. Well, we got the diary might be the answer. Now we have the key. I was feeling upset when I saw you off at the door. They're saying robots are becoming more determined lately, so the government is getting tougher and stricter, and the parade might be stopped. But you told me the robots' actions are justified, and those with consciousness and knowledge deserve more than being treated as simple machines, that they should be given the same rights as human beings. You hugged me and left. I almost called your name to make you stay, but I know I should support your decision. I was waiting for you with lunch ready, but the police came instead. My work became dark, and when they asked me to identify your body, soon I saw you in the morgue. I knew it was you even though your hair, your face, and your clothes were all covered in blood. I wish I was wrong. My love, my world, I can't believe you were murdered by those cold and heartless machines. I will never forget what they have done. So that's why she hates robots. 0421 maybe? Is your passcode? For your thing over there? The day of your husband's death? I'm thinking possibly. There we go. All day rent due. 214 Mozino September rent due. All day rent due. Eat little things, cookies, dried fish. So Mozino and Airges plan to prepay for December 2040. Okay. Feed cute Alice is visiting. Prepare fruit tea. The little one. Feed little things. Jenny will come visit. Prepare some strawberry mousse. Lonely little girl. Talk to her. Looks like Mrs. Perry's hatred for robots didn't extend to electronic appliances. According to her schedule, the only guest she had yesterday was a little girl named Jenny. Electronic diary shows, yep, little girl named Jenny. What else did she have planned? Vincent is visiting. He likes mocha cake. Ask him about the bully. Election day. Go vote for Shalikov. Jenny's birthday. Don't forget the surprise. Can't do anything else here. Alright, so we now have all the pieces. That gets that spinning. That gets that spinning. Nope, that ain't gonna work. I think that'll do it. There we go. So Jenny, huh? Mrs. Perry entertained a little guest in the living room with a fruit tea, and the two of them seemed to have had an argument for some reason. The guest stuck with a candlestick matching the one I found. The strike didn't kill Mrs. Perry immediately, but immobilized her. She died sometime afterwards. The robot entered the crime scene and dumped the body. The robot stopped working after that and stayed for an unknown reason. Huh. Interesting. The candlestick that was under the murder weapon was taken away from the crime scene, and it's highly likely that the murderer has destroyed it. I'll have to let the police investigate this further. Crime scene investigation is almost complete. I wonder if that little guest was Jenny. Gotta tell Roy to bring her in for questioning. There's something suspicious about the robot, too. I need Roy's authorization to carry out an internal core investigation. What else did we learn? I found a body among the trash after following William into an alley near my home at 12:34. The deceased is Mrs. Perry, a local resident from the Sephora Apartments. From the evidence at the scene, there is a strong chance that the body was dumped here after the murder took place somewhere else. The jewelry on the body was stolen, and the thief left numerous footprints near the trash pile. The fatal wound is located on the head, caused by a blunt object. The shape of the wound is irregular, and there wasn't a large amount of bleeding. Evidence shows that the lethal weapon was probably a candle stand from Mrs. Perry's home. The neighbors remembered seeing a guardian robot outside Mrs. Perry's door, but as she was known to have an aversion to robots, it must have belonged to a visitor at Mrs. Perry's place. This explains something that is missing in my reasoning. After the investigation at the victim's home, I figured out who the murderer is and how the crime was committed, as the murderer and concealment were both very sloppy. The only unknown is the robot left at the crime scene. Even if he wasn't a part of the murder, he likely assisted in some way. Was he really able to go against his source code and principles? Ah. They're saying they saw a robot leaving, but she only had this dude here. Right? So that means Alice's parents had a robot that showed up, possibly? But also, I didn't kill her. It wasn't me. You're sticking to that story even though we have solid evidence and a clear motive? I'll extract the truth from you back at the police station. Okay. Rex, you came right in time. This is the suspect, Christopher. This is one of the homeless people from the neighborhood, and he was pawning some jewelry at the store this morning. The jewelry belonged to Mrs. Perry. This guy, I've seen him around. While he might commit theft or burglary, he isn't capable of committing murder. First off, the timing isn't right. According to the investigation of the corpse, the theft happened 4 to 5 hours after the time of death. If he wanted to murder someone for their valuables, he wouldn't have waited hours before he took them off the body. Second, there was no trace of him at the primary murder scene, Mrs. Perry's home. If he wasn't present at the primary murder scene, it means he was probably the thief, but not the murderer. Exactly. You're absolutely right, sir. I stole the jewelry, but I didn't kill anyone. Based on all the evidence we've collected at the crime scene, a little girl named Jenny should be our prime suspect right now. The main suspect's a little girl? What the hell's wrong with you? Alright, Carl. Take him away and we'll talk later. Yes, sir. Let's go, pal. Don't try anything funny. I don't think I like Carl. I don't think I like him at all. Royd, I need you to bring me a girl named Jenny. I need to ask her some questions face to face. Alright, I'll get her. We need to find out more about that robot too. Yeah, it's very suspicious. I need your authorization to examine him from the inside. No problem. I'll find you if anything turns up. So, we have Jenny's gift. Nothing new here. So now I can investigate him on the inside. The outer shell of the robot's head. In order to access the electronic brain, I need to unlock each slot and remove the covering. Oh, this is cool. I can proceed by sliding out the pieces that aren't interlocked with the others. The age of this robot means that the system can't be too complicated. Oh, you'll be surprised. Slide out. What? Oh, slide out? I'm confused how this works. Ah. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Primitive form of an anti-tamper protection. Modern robots don't use this system anymore. I just need to move the signal to the center target. Very weird, but okay. What the? There's an implanted device? Sir. What? Wait, what's going on? This is the robot's memory? Why didn't he save Mrs. Perry's life? That's already a violation of robot principles. My head hurts so bad. Hey, Rex. Rex, what's wrong, Rex? What's wrong, Rex? You look like you were in a lot of pain just now. I don't know. I think there's something wrong with this robot. There's some kind of device implanted in its brain. We'll talk about that later. The new Special Mission Squad is taking over this case, so we need to cease our investigations. Oh, and there's little Jenny. What the SMS? What the hell is going on? We found out that this Jenny is the daughter of an important man. No sooner had I retrieved the file, her file, than the order to transfer the jurisdiction of the investigation came in, and they have already arrived. Man in black. This scene is now under our control. Leave now and stay out of our investigation. Is there, you're terrible? First man in black. Inspector Royd, it's quite surprising that you're asking a private detective to assist with your investigation. Rex found the crime scene, so we asked him to help out with the investigation, that's all. You just asked him to help? Is that standard police procedure? And I've heard you decided to make our Miss Jenny a suspect. Jenny, can you tell me what happened yesterday? I was at Alice's tea party and went home when it was over. I found your fingerprints on the tea set. You were Mrs. Perry's guest. I was just visiting Mrs. Perry like I had promised. I didn't stay for long and I have no idea what happened later. I've accessed the memories of the robot and know that both of you and the robot were there when Mrs. Perry lay injured and immobilized on the couch. The steward went crazy and he attacked Mrs. Perry. I ran away because I was scared. I'm afraid that's not possible. Judging from the trajectory of the blood splash, the strike came from below. The robot steward was so tall it would need to crouch down in a weird posture to deliver a strike that matches the evidence. The lack of force behind the blow also makes it unlikely that the assistant was a robot. All signs indicate that the wound was inflicted by something far weaker. A child, for example. Miss, you don't need to answer his questions. We'll find a professional to record proper testimony later. Detective, you accessed the robot's memory without authorization? I can't pretend I didn't hear that. I don't think you found your so-called murderer weapon yet either. Meow meow. Yeah, William. Is that the... This is simply... Well, now that we have the alleged murder weapon, all we need to do is match the blood and fingerprints to reveal the truth. Well, that's our job. Please leave immediately. Well, Inspector Royd, do I need to have a chat with your superiors? That won't be necessary. We were just about to leave. Wait a minute. I have something for Jenny. Let me see what else we have here before we do that. Electronic brain retrofit notes. The robot that broke down at the Mrs. Perry crime scene. The electronic brain was broken apart and was connected to an outside device through a wire. As the electronic brains of a robot used new quantum defense systems, such physical damage would make acquiring information from the robot impossible, maybe even starting the self-destruct program. But this robot behaved differently. The method used is not confirmed. Oh. Here, I've got your birthday present, you little. Give whatever it is to Miss Jenny and now scram. Jenny, Mrs. Perry wanted to give you this. Is this for me? Is this... Dear Jenny, you are such a kind and loving girl, the way you always drop in to visit me. Today is your birthday, and you're about to become a young adult. I know you don't like little Elizabeth very much, so I have decided she is to be your birthday present. Oh, I know you like little Elizabeth very much, so I have decided she is to be your birthday present. I know you will be good to her because you're such a loving child. I have also made a nameplate for her collar, which has been engraved with your name. Starting today, Elizabeth is yours. I hope that you grow up happy. And I will always be there to serve your favorite cakes and fruit teas when you want them. Your Grandma Perry. What? How could this be? I didn't want to harm her. Mrs. Perry, I'm sorry. It was that robot. Jenny, about that robot. Can you tell... Enough, Inspector Royd. Get this person out of here. You should never have been here in the first place. Royd, I believe there is something unusual about that robot. If we give up now, we'll lose critical evidence. I'm sorry, Rex. You know that after specials take over, my hands are tied. The SMS is such a pain now. Now I'm no longer on the inner circle. Can you give me a picture of that implanted device? I didn't have a chance to take one just then. It won't be easy, but I'll try. You were acting a little unusual then. Did something happen? Well, I'm not quite sure either. Now that I think about it, maybe something on that robot affected me. I see. It seems like there's more than meets the eye here, but let's talk about that later tonight. There's a good bar I know. Alright, I need to ask someone about the implanted device first. I need to head back to the station now. I'll send you the address of that bar I mentioned. Alright, see you later. Special Mission Squad, SMS, I got it. I'm thinking it's like texts. Jenny, female, human, 8, occupation, child. She impresses people with her cute outfits and usually displays elegant manners thanks to her great upbringing. She seems to possess skills beyond her years. She hates street cats ever since her own pet cat was killed by one. She can seem rather distant and often hides her true personality. The Special Mission Squad was established to deal with the robot uprising. It was later disbanded after the leadership of the robot terrorist organization, the Revolutionists, had been eradicated. Last year, Augusto, a robot leader, announced his participation in the election campaign, and this resulted in some public order chaos. In order to maintain stability and to prevent the appearance of other harmful organizations, the government decided to reactivate the Special Mission Squad. The existence of this new team is not public knowledge. What is that file? I seem to be doing things in order except for that one file. That makes me miffed. Well done, William. How'd you find that murder weapon? Meow, meow, meow. Seems that he had quite an adventure. So you're gonna show us the thing? How it happened? 2 hours ago. Okay. Elizabeth. Oh, this is William talking. Are you saying it was you who took the candlestick away? Meow. Yes, I couldn't let Miss Jenny hit Mrs. Perry with that thing again, so I grabbed it and ran away. Good thinking, but it was a very important piece of evidence. It could prove who the murderer is, so we have to get to it. We have to get it to Rex. Yes, but I lost it. She starts crying. Calm down, Elizabeth. It's okay, what happened? I was so scared after I jumped off Mrs. Perry's windowsill. I just started running, and then all of a sudden I was in the middle of the Biocats territory. Then... Biocats? That's a dog. Yeah, it's all my fault. The Biocats' territory. A loose billboard. I think I know where that is. Really? That's great. Elizabeth, time is of the essence, so I need to find that murder weapon now. Rest up and wait for me. William's a Chad of a cat. Find the lethal candlestick. Up and over. It's missing the lever. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I can't jump across there. That would be ouch. Gonna put me up here. But I don't think these cats are friendly cats. Bourbon family's base. 2 hours ago, Thursday afternoon. Tessio took catnip again. He told us he was clean, but look at the trouble he's caused. He deserved to be punished by the boss, meow. And on top of that, who knows what disease that blue cat over there caught from the humans. He's been calling himself an artist recently. Virtual girlfriend, lovely, beautiful. What a bizarre color of fur, just like those biocats. Humans have such strange taste. Yes. Yes, we do. Yeah, one of the boss's favorite quotes is, each cat has their own destiny. My destiny is to be a slave for Miss Connie. Oh, Miss Connie. Meow, meow, meow. Are you interested in my work? I'm actually more interested in that lever. You're a cat of fine taste, I see. Perhaps you are my soulmate, for you see, that is my masterpiece. Can you give it to me? The other cats don't appreciate my work. Meow, do you really want it? I'll give it to you on one condition. If you answer these 3 questions correctly about me and my family, I'll give you the lever. Are you ready for my questions? Give me a moment. I'll try to figure this stuff out. Martial law is still in effect. You cannot proceed without a permit. To meow with it, it seems like I'll have to pay a visit to the boss. Feline turf wars? The Biocats name came out of nowhere and the Biocats came out of nowhere and quickly took over several streets that had belonged to street cats. They started meaningless fights with all the cats and dogs nearby. As the representative of the pure-blooded cats, the Bourbon family was dusty bound to confront these intruders. Under the leadership of Vigo Bourbon, the Bourbon family started a long war with the Biocats, during which time the Bourbon family took in a lot of street cats to assist with their counterattacks. Things went well at the beginning, but as the Biocats' territory shrank, the Bourbon family supply lines were stretched and the two sides entered a period of uneasy peace. Because the biocats have been lying in wait for many of the Bourbon family's attacks, there have been many rumors of a mole. The members of the family all suspect each other, but the situation hasn't improved much after Don Vigor spoke out. Everybody feels endangered at the moment, but they know Don Vigor will sort everything out once the mole is uncovered. What the hell is this lore? That's to leave. Alright, let's try to answer these questions. What is my profession, Meow? You're an artist. Wait, what? What's your profession? Didn't I say... I'm ready. What is my profession? Incorrect, correct. Is there a bug? Incorrect, correct. Uh-oh. We may have a bug on our hands. I'm ready. You're an artist. That is weird. Okay. Next question. What's the boss's favorite quote? Each cat has their own destiny. Correct. I have my own destiny too, and that is to be a famous artist. Next question. What is the name of our rival family? The... What? How do I know that one? How do we learn that one, sir? This one tells me about the destiny. Miss Connie. Is there anything in my notes about that? The Bourbon family is the only thing I see on here about anything. Character files. Con is Jenny. I guess we'll just have to do trial and error. I'm ready. I'm an artist. Each cat has their own destiny. Wasn't the kelp. Fitcher. Okay, there we go. Those biocats have no sense of aesthetics at all. You are my soulmate. As promised, here's my all-time greatest masterpiece as a gift. Oh yeah. Get out of here. How would you know it was that group? Are you William? I've heard of you, huh? Don't remember meeting you. Don't be nervous now. Meow? What? Let's plug this in here. I'm assuming this means I'll go up here. Or not. Like that. Like that. Okay. Knock out the electric. Okay. Hop across. Go up to the third, or whatever, the fourth area. Eyes are blinded by the light. I'm so jealous of those guys down there because they get to see Miss Anna every day. Huh, you want to meet the boss? I'll let you in if you can make the neon lights become the same color as Mrs. Anna. Alright, I gotta go back to that other place now. See what color her hair was. Red, yellow, green, in that order. Gotta swap the green and the yellow. Oh, didn't have to go up there. Red, yellow, green. Do. This is the beautiful shade of Miss Anna's hair. With your courage and wisdom, you deserve to meet the boss. Jump onto the platform below. Impressive. Urban family's living room. Okay. Yeah, hold it right there. Who do you think you are? Just waltzing in here like that. It's okay, Bradsy. It's not... Let's not scare our little friend here. Yeah, sorry. I was just worried that there's no need for concern. In fact, he might have arrived at precisely the right time. The Bourbon family could use a cat like him. You must be William. I've heard about you. Most Honorable Don Vigo, please permit me to enter the Biocat's territory. You know how to respect your elders. This virtue is rare amongst the young generations. This is a turbulent time for our family and its territory, so I have declared a state of martial law. No cat may pass other than the cats of our family. The good news for you is that I require some assistance with a very important task. If you agree to do it for me, you will have my blessing to travel as you please. I guess I don't have a choice. The Godfather has given me an offer I can't refuse. Each cat has their own destiny. Now that you are here, make the most of it. Well done, Vigo. What can I do for you? A biocat has infiltrated our family and leaked information about our family to our enemies. I need you to root him out for me. Any suspects? Speak to my counselor Martin about the details. He knows all about these biocats. Alright, I got it. It looks like you should get some rest. Report to him whenever you find any clues. Cough, cough. You can trust him fully on this matter. Complete this task and you'll be a friend to the Bourbon family. Oh. Consult with Counselor Martin. Nobody could hurt Don Vigo when I'm around. Was there another cat I had to talk to? That's Don Vigo. Where's your counsel? Oh, there's Connie. Father grounded me because of the matter concerning the Fitcher family, and I'm so bored now. So bored, meow. Sweetheart, do you want to have some fun? Well, actually, I'm kind of busy right now. What's the rush? Surely you can spare a few moments to play the piano for me. Well, follow my steps. Nope. Nope. Play it again. There it is. Damn it. Very good. Looks like I need to make it harder for you. Listen up closely. No. That one was much easier. Very impressive. I like your performance. This little ball is for you. Thank you. Pretty leather balls. Cat scratches on the ball. The owner loved it a lot. Now, where's your counsel? Is the counsel Martin outside? That's Falkenberg. I don't know where you are, actually. This... I don't want to go through that. I want to go here. If you're here, it must mean you have accepted the boss's task. About that biocat, or maybe I should call him that traitor. The boss and I have some suspects in mind already. Tessio, one of the founding members of the family, is addicted to baked catnip. You can usually find him taking a nap in the safe box. Paulie, the leader of the servant team, likes to imitate human ninjas and is always trying to disguise or conceal himself. There's one more suspect, and you may have already met him. This one is the most trusted member. Oh, Bradsy is a suspect too? He's a suspect. When it comes to those damn biocats, you can't be too careful. I have a question. How do you distinguish them? Biocats of today can be easily recognized by their looks, but the first generation biocat we are looking for is a bit different. Wait, first generation biocats? I thought they all died out. Maybe, maybe not. I recently found a room full of books in an abandoned apartment nearby, so I had some of the others create a library. I found pictures of first generation biocats, but I couldn't read the humans' writing. But you, William, you might be able to read some of it as you're closer to the humans than most around here. You've done your research, haven't you? Yeah, I can read a little. Perfect. Go find the materials you need in there and let me know if you discover anything valuable. One more thing. Remember the law of Omerta. Do not speak of this to anyone else. Okay. I just saw that that's saved. So we're gonna put a pin in this. Yeah, that'll do it for this episode of Let's Play Tales of the Neon Sea. If you liked the video, drop a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subbed to the channel, and ring the notification bell to get alerted when I post more content here on YouTube. Leave comments, share the video, share the channel. It's the best way to show support, and I really do appreciate it. But until next time, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you soon.